Fast forward 20 years from now, what do you imagine gaming to be like? Right now, we're going from 4K to 8K gaming, and you're getting more accustomed to games with higher frame rates as consoles develop. When it comes to AI, you can see the good with games such as Grand Theft Auto 5 or Remnant 2. You can see the bad in games like The Day Before, and then there's the ugly. The ugly is something that's so much darker, something that has haunted and lingered in your mind for so long that it's not even a nightmare anymore. Like the time I got chased around a university school by Pennywise the It Clown. I don't remember if I got caught or not, but I do remember that I have yet to go back to a circus till this day. What's the ugly, you ask? It's the development of AI in gaming. And by the end of this video, you might even come to terms with just how dangerously close we are to AI truly taking over the world through gaming. Not only that, but there are certain companies that we know and love that are somewhat spearheading the acceleration of this process. What is AI? Well, Allen Iverson is a basketball player, and his odds of taking over the world would definitely be less than 3%. Seriously though, artificial intelligence is computer programs that allows automated tasks to be performed that normally requires human intelligence to be directed to do so. Whenever I was younger, we had this big piece of hardware to type papers called a desktop computer. And as you go further and further back, it's less and less automated. Just imagine being in school back in the day, having been assigned a 10-page paper where you can't hide word count with invisible colored font. I used to wish that whenever I was younger, that papers would type when you think or would say the words. And now we have things like ChatGPT that will literally write the paper for you, along with Siri for those that choose to use it. By the way, ask Siri what's 0 divided by 0 real quick. To understand how gaming will one day destroy the world, first we'll need to understand how do we get to this tipping point towards the unknown. Different forms of AI has been a thing well before gaming was in its space to utilize it. When it was our turn, we started with the basic algorithms back in the 1950s for games like NIM or OXO. And for the few brainiacs out there, yes, OXO is a different form of today's tic-tac-toe. Pong was also an early game which incorporated AI of a basic form, and it actually wasn't taken too seriously until history proved that AI could beat humans in games involving deep levels of strategy like chess and Go. In 1996, a computer by the name of Deep Blue challenged the world's chess champion at the time by the name of Garry Kasparov and lost 4-2 in terms of matches. However, the following year, Deep Blue returned in a 9-day match. It ultimately dethroned the champion of chess by computing about 100 to 2 million chess moves per second. Think about that the next time you're trying to challenge your phone on hard mode. Games then developed to pathing and navigating like Pac-Man in the 1980s. Later, non-player character movement in games became bigger and bigger, and games we've known and loved like Call of Duty, Ghost Recon, and even Metal Gear Solid. As technology began to evolve, so did the gaming community. We are now in an era where procedurally generated content and virtual reality gaming has becoming popular, especially with the younger generation. Most of the popular games started in the arcade, then later as time went on, it slowly became more and more accessible at home. Nintendo was almost ahead of its time with the Wii, and now we're seeing VR headsets become more powerful as time goes on. The same could be said for procedurally generated content. No Man's Sky and Remnant 2 are great examples of how gaming has evolved relatively quickly. When you think about it, it will only expand faster to reach the imagination set by individuals throughout the years in all aspects of art, be it movies, books, or anime. The technology of today is more advanced than you might think. AI adds a lot of great value to the world today. You could say that it's helped your life be more convenient. Others will argue that it's slowly taking jobs away from the people. However, one thing's for sure, whether it's gaming or real life, AI is here to stay. The same company that has developed Deep Blue, the computer I mentioned before, is called IBM, and they haven't stopped there. Since beating the world's greatest chess player at the time, they've continued to develop AI technology, and their next step was to allow AI to incorporate emotions, the type that will finally give it human emotion. Yes, iRobot is slowly becoming real because that technology is named Watson X and has recently reached new achievements in history. One, by finally beginning the integration of interpretation of human emotions through text. Another accomplishment was partnering with Meta. Yes, that Meta, and many other big companies like NASA, Sony Group, and Harvard University to both reach 2 million new people to become proficient with AI within the next 3 years and utilize this new technology to develop even further. Meta as we know it is aiming to take over the virtual space. The metaverse is a term that we use for virtual and augmented reality. And the use of NFTs, which is best to be described in a different video, is getting just as big. However, just imagine that you bought a skin off of Fortnite. They only offer 1,000 of that skin ever. And after it has been bought, no one else would be able to purchase that skin ever, unless you as the owner sells it. Not only can you sell it, you could even use that same skin in a different game like Call of Duty. This is something that will continue to drive up the value of that particular skin. You would think that this is crazy, however, there are many who would buy game skins without that value already added just for the sake of being unique or because it looks cool. The world has also proven that cryptocurrency's value is more than the American dollar, and one of the most popular forms is BTC. There are already NFT games that exist now that will pay you just to play, such as Axie Infinity or Bomb Crypto. You would think that it's crazy that money in a game has value in the real world. However, it has. Well, even before NFTs were a thing. Real money trading, or RMT, has and will always be big in massive multiplayer online games like World of Warcraft, RuneScape, or even Elder Scrolls. There are individuals that sell both services, which allow you to do harder content or better content without the headache of doing it by yourself on your own, or even purchasing an account with the skins or unique items already obtained to look as powerful as the person they admire. Either way, there are those who deeply value the currency within games currently. So what does this mean for the future? Well, there has been multiple books, shows, and movies such as Sword Art Online, Gamer, and Alice in Borderland that depicts how bad it could get for virtual reality spaces in the future. As IBM and Meta continues to develop AI, we will start to have better and easier access to the virtual reality space. As jobs slowly become replaced in the real world by AI, we as humans will continue to take up space in the virtual one. Those who wish to walk can. Those who wish to see or hear could eventually. The possibilities would be as endless as we read and saw. There may be a time where we start to exhaust more and more of our efforts in the virtual reality space than the real world. All it takes is that perfect game that allows you to have fun by experiencing great casual as well as hardcore content. Just think, you could see all your friends all over the world, complete raids, defeat monsters, and roleplay however you want. And you could be paid in real money for it, because cryptocurrency has developed that far. Don't forget IBM. As AI becomes more conscious of emotion, you will have a gaming experience tailored to you. Then you can have a non-player character that knows exactly how you would want it to react, all because we as individuals are tied to our phones using Meta, also known as Facebook or Instagram. And these phones has been collecting our data ever since AI got a hold of it. We already know about that FBI agent that looks at our phones, or even having a discussion and all of a sudden we see that very same or similar product in an ad. The future could get scary. As much as we have tried our hardest not to have AI take over, we have always aimed as humans to make processes easier for us. We even aim to develop things to beat humans and what they themselves excel at. So even if it may be far-fetched that AI will do the iRobot takeover just yet, cyber warfare is a thing and is very apparent as we get more and more dependent on technology at younger and younger ages. Just the opportunity to invest too much time on games can do the same thing by blurring what being social really means. Now that you made it this far, don't take this as the end of the world like Don't Look Up, more like a warning. And remember, change that password every 3 months. And if you like this video, like and subscribe. Thank you.